Hi, so welcome back to our little playthrough of Ghost of Tsushima. So we're actually continuing where we left off on the first video. Now this is my second video. I'm just starting YouTube now, just playing through with it and just trying to enjoy myself. Okay, so the game is really good even in black and white. So again, this is my not my first time playing it, so I really know what to do per se, and really enjoying it. Now, when I first started this part of the game, it feels like I'm back in 1998. Yeah, I was playing Tenchu a lot in 1998 on the original PlayStation. Really enjoyed that game. Spent countless hours grandmastering it. There was no trophy back then. It's just full gameplay, and you really start enjoying it a lot. And then Stealth Assassins came by. It's a really good Tenchu game. I think it's the best Tenchu game aside from the graphics. I mean, Wrath of Heaven was good on the PlayStation 2. Fatal Shadows is also good, but for me the best Tenchu game is Birth of the Stealth Assassins for the original PS1. So it is actually really good. And then on the PlayStation 2, I played a game called Way of the Samurai. Now, Way of the Samurai is also a really great game. Which is, for me, this is actually the Way of the Samurai that I have always wanted. Well, when PS3 came and the Assassin's Creed games start being popular, with of course the first Assassin's Creed starring Altair. I hope I didn't butcher that name. And of course Ezio on the first two Assassin's Creed. They were really great, and I was wondering why can't they make a ninja game with the same style as Assassin's Creed? Of course, we already have a great ninja game, Tenchu, uh, out on the PS2 and the PS1. So, but again, a wider scope, an open world ninja game, and well, luckily Sucker Punch gave us this. Now, the same feeling I had playing the original Tenchu game is the same feeling I have here. Really enjoyed passing through guards, not being detected, and overall enjoying the game. So we can see the brutality of the Mongol invasion here, which is really accurate depiction historically, primarily because there are really lots of brutality that took place there when they invaded Tsushima. They burned towns like what they're doing here, and of course they killed samurais on the beach when they actually entered here. So that's fairly accurate when it comes to historical events. So, but again, Lord Shimura and of course our hero Jin Sakai, they're fictional character. This is what we call in literary studies as historical fiction. It's taking place in a historical event, but you add fictional characters to actually make it into an interesting story. You follow that fictional character on his quest, and of course, set in a backdrop of a historical setting, which actually makes it a really good story. I mean, I really enjoy stories set in the backdrop of history, and it actually heightens the appeal of literature altogether. So I mean, when you take a look at history, when you read history books, right? So when you read history books, what you read is about famous people, the general who fought in the war. I mean, here in Asia, we admire Douglas MacArthur because he's the supreme commander here in the region during World War II. So he's quite the most famous general. But we don't read that much of the soldiers who fought and died during World War II. Why? Because history deals with the big guys, the heroes, or let's say people in authority. The ordinary people, we don't read about them in history books. We don't read of Mang Wan who fought the Japanese in World War II. Why? Because he's not a big personality in history. So that's the thing about history, which makes it different for literature. Literature, it's the history of the people. So when you read a piece of literature, you're reading not just the history of written in the history books, but you're actually reading the story of the people, which makes it more relevant, which makes it more relatable for the people. And so they develop what we now know as folklore. Folklore is developed because the ordinary people like to tell stories about ordinary people, and that's why we call it the history of the folk, the folk tales or folklore, which is really fun. Okay, now I'm stealing supplies from the poor people of Komoda. Okay, so I'm picking up their treasures, their supplies, probably necessary for them to survive, and I'm picking it up. Anyway, after all, I'm a samurai, so basically, what? Taxes? Anyway, so let's continue with the game. Now, I'm actually expecting to die a lot here, as you notice on the first part of the video. I actually died several times on the beach of Komoda. So I'm still picking up supplies. I'm going to need it to actually refine my sword, my katana, and of course I also need it to actually develop my armor. So I think I'm going to focus more on improving my armor for the Samurai Clan armor, because it has a high survivability rate, especially in difficult how difficult little difficulty is. So it's really difficult actually. I really find it a little hard. I mean, I didn't die that much in the beach. I only died once during my first playthrough, primarily because I don't know the controls. I am having a hard time mastering the control. But last time I actually died several times knowing the control. I mean, attacks are coming way faster, enemies are more aggressive, and of course the damage is actually troublesome. Okay, so Lord Shimura is teaching young Jin on combat here. So this is basically the tutorial for the combat, which would help you during the first encounter on the beach. But again, this is as good as that. So I was wondering why I died a lot last time. Okay, anyway, so attack, quick attack, heavy attack, stance attack. Okay. Okay, so my mistake. I'm focusing on stance attack. Okay, so let's bash the triangle. Okay. So ayaw niya ng sunod-sunod. So I think I appreciate the black and white setting here. I mean, of course, the full color one is actually good as well, but I think I appreciate black and white. You see details. I mean, on the last video you see sweat, yeah, on the face of Lord Shimura when the Khan was actually talking to him. Okay. So it's breaking guard. This is what I like about the part where you break guards. But again, there are stances for every weapon, so you can't just break guard with this basic stance. So you need the water stance and the other stance to actually break the guards of, well, of other weapons, with shields, with spear, and of course heavy character. So yeah, the gameplay system, the gameplay mechanic of this game was actually really good. I mean, it's not boring. You could actually mix stance. It's like playing Final Fantasy VII when you have to switch character. I mean, you make use of the right tool for the right job. So the training is almost over. I think there's one more last sparring session. I think there's a spear first and then the sparring session. No, parry. Okay, we're going to learn blocks and parry. Okay. Okay, I'm having a hard time doing the timing here. Probably faster attacks are happening now, unlike in normal mode. So in normal mode, now I'm really scared of how I would handle duels, the dual fight. So basically, that's going to be problematic. I hope it's not going to be as problematic as the first fight in the beach. Anyway. Okay, spear. Can't evade here. Okay, so you just have to evade spears for now. There would be a time when you can actually block spears. I need to learn roll immediately, primarily because I don't want to be hit by enemies this time around, because, well, the damage is really intense. I could die in 2 hits, as seen in the first video. Yeah. Okay, so we're going to do the final duel. Okay, so I'm not going to let Lord Shimura win. Okay, this part, actually, that part of the flashback of the duel between Lord Shimura and, of course, our main man here, Shin, is what we call in literary technique as foreshadowing. So foreshadowing is foreshadowing things that will happen in the later part of the story. So basically, what we're seeing here is a foreshadowing of what to come. Okay, so you're seeing a student to his master, and the same encounter will happen later in the game story. So this is actually a foreshadowing technique done in most literature. Now, this is the reason why I really enjoy the Ghost of Tsushima more when it comes to storytelling than, well, I enjoy the Witcher storytelling. I mean, it's really one of the best games that I played in the PS4. But the fun thing about Ghost of Tsushima, and in comparison to Witcher, is the Witcher is, well, you get distracted a lot. You get distracted a lot when it comes to side quest. I mean, side quest was really, really good, and you focus more on that and not on the main story. I mean, you would realize that the main story is actually not as exciting as the side quest, and you're wanting more of the side quests. The side quests are really, really good. Here, the focus is the main story, and that's, I think, okay, I'm just going to ship on fighting this spear guy. When, okay. Oh, it only took one slash to kill this guy. Okay, so, I mean, the side quest here and Ghost of Tsushima is also really, really good. It's really, really good, especially the main side quests. I really enjoy the main side quests. I mean, the side quests of Sensei Ishikawa and Masako-san. Uh, really enjoyed those part, and of course, other, though the minor side quests are actually not really that great, but again, the mystic arts or the mystic techniques, I think it's called, is also really good. I mean, you get a backdrop stories of the wonderful things that you'll get. You get an armor, you'll get weapons. Okay, so we're going to try this now. Multiple combat. So this, I hope I don't die here. Okay, so this is tutorial again of multiple combat that you're going to use your left analog stick to actually point where you're going to attack. Now, I really admire this, that you don't need to lock on. I read some complaints on this system, but I really enjoyed that you just have to point out at an enemy so that they would attack. Oh, damn! Well, I was pointing out at that enemy, and hey, that's so dirty, you Mongol. Okay. Ah! Damn it! I killed the first one. Ah! Damn! Shit. Oops. Okay. Okay, got through that. So I died several times before I could actually get through. So I was saying, the game is really, really good story-wise. I mean, the pacing of the story is, it's 3 acts, so basically it's just a 3-act play. Diba? And the drama was really good. The ending was really, really good. So you have to wait and see for the ending. If I do make it, it seems that I'm actually failing a lot in here, dying a lot. So I mean, I expected it. I expected that I would die a lot in playing this game, especially when you think about it. So dying a lot is actually part of the little difficulty. So if I'm just going to focus on the story, play with the story, and then I'll probably play it in easy mode. After all, I already got the platinum trophy, so I'm just playing this for the hell of it, the fun of it, and of course the frustration of dying over and over again. Okay, so 3 more guys. Okay, I almost missed there. Oops. Okay. Ah, yeah. Okay, gotcha. Okay. I can't seem to sheath my weapon. Probably that option is not available yet here. Okay, I'm going to choose the horse. Last time I chose the black horse. So I'm going to choose the white horse now. Last time I chose the black horse and actually named the horse Kage. Well, because of course he's black, so therefore I named him Kage. Now I'm going to name this white horse as Sora. Okay, so Sora. Okay. So I like the name Kage a lot. Okay, so we're going to end the video here as we go to the castle. So it's really difficult. I died several times on that encounter, and we're not yet in the open world game. So again, it's really difficult. And of course, if you enjoy this with my banter, I would encourage that you subscribe, and I'll see you guys when I see you.